Hello! I couldn't unmute the mic for a minute.
Alrighty, so picking up where we left off last time, finishing up VOD side quests.
Yeah, he did some hunts in the meantime, but...
Yes. We should be unlocking some... Then we can get the final weapons.
Oh yeah, we did finish up the dock.
It's well. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough.
No, the third one, yeah, is right there.
I'm gonna go kill whatchamacallit. Desert Tour.
Let's go.
I'll be back. Okay, Terminator.
Technically he's saying no holding back.
Oh. See? This is what being partially deaf does.
But thinking he's Arnold is funnier.
Huh?
But thinking he's Arnold is funnier.
It looks like we found him.
When we were first dating, he said, "What a life," and I thought he said, "Get a life." So I was like, "Okay, peace out." And he's like, "What? What's going on?" And I'm like, "He said, get a life." He goes, "No." I said, "What a life?" And then, there's spawns, too. Like, thrift shopping by Macklemore. I thought the little girl in the beginning was saying, "Macklemore, can we go fish shopping?" And I was so confused about why he's talking like Grandpa's coat and whatever. And then, finally, I saw the title, because I had a car that displayed titles of songs. And I forgot to move the camera. I moved it down for Disney. But being down there blocks some of the text.
she can finish her prototype.
We have a whole bunch of stuff to do in Ash. All the things.
Ready, girl? Yeah! Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. Time to fight.
Yeah, just run past him.
That'll do, girl.
I think that was that area that you couldn't go.
Yes, it is.
When you were like, I wonder where this goes.
There were no guards, I take it.
No,
None manning the
figured
gates.
we'd get
No,
that later.
it's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid.
Hope she doesn't
Stay
turn.
safe.
Yeah, right? Well, that's kind of why I think he's planning on checking the bottom.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here.
Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Locked up tight.
I think I see an Akashic now.
Written designation. Like, prison for the...
Ooh.
So they're using bears as training, sparring things?
Yeah.
Fodder for the
Probably.
beast?
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
And it's probably Akashic now.
Ugh. Sorry, my toenail broke and I wanna clip it before I cause injury. Holy shit. That is so fucked up.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Yeah, definitely fucked up. Jesus.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
That's so beyond fucked up. Was there a chest there in the base of the stairs or no?
I think I already opened it.
Okay. Yep, okay.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits. And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
That is so fucked up. It looks like it was the right direction. Are you supposed to jump over? Yeah.
No, if the shut door downstairs.
can find down here.
Sure, we're gonna have to fight that thing, right?
Probably.
A survivor. She sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Roar.
You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bear-eating bastard in the ground.
She knows the plan. Ooh.
I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a lesson.
Okay. So what we call behemoths, they call...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. Beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
What's up? Oh, lay down. You want cuddles? away from the desk. Good job.
There's the Bravest Shekel.
My mouth ain't big enough.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, maybe she'll have an adopted daughter out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course.
Haida Marie is the name of the girl.
Oh.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick. And for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
And I guess while you're here, give Mid her stuff.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0. And a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait,
Is it the one from the
the
scale?
children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
So it all comes back to it. Finally, this mystery solved.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it!
Sounds like our kids.
Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard,
Yeah.
just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Oh. Did we want to order that tablet or no?
You said you could.
Huh?
You said you could last night.
I know. 1 second. Dokey.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place, well, you just wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
That should do it.
Just made a model for the.
Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Now go visit him, damn it.
Yeah, right?
Maybe talking with him and you'll figure it out.
What shall I do with your model? You spent a lot of time on it. We both did.
What, that old thing? Not healthy to cling to your failures, Clive. They'll weigh you down, you know.
Sound advice.
Still, I suppose my prototypes will probably be worth a fair bit when I'm as famous as Bart's the Builder. Seeing as you're always strapped for coin, suppose I can give it to you. Just make sure you get a good price when you do come to part with it.
I'd say that was up to you as much as me.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied.
Oh, just turning off the AC. It is kind of nice to be able to scoot around a little bit. Now that everything's not there. Boop. Boop. I wasn't sure. I figured probably need to open it. New stuff at the shop. Boop. Boop.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here.
Boop.
If you would do us the honor, my lord.
I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. There shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for you, for both of you.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
So, I thought he was looking at a map. You know, the night before, you could see him over the table. But maybe he had just finished writing the missive and was working out where to put something on the map.
Yeah, maybe.
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse.
Wow.
And the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
Pause.
He wished to see men and babies.
And you know that Mom would have hated it all.
Maybe she knew, and that another reason she decided to off him.
Maybe.
Bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. One at least remains.
Come here.
And she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Nige, come here. It's like, you need to speak with him about something else, don't you? Yeah. So.
Okay, we'll finish this quest first.
Okay.
This is the Required Tree, an archive where we of the Undying collect and collate our findings.
Fragments of Ultima's true nature surely lie buried within these pages. We have only to unearth them.
More. Oh, this is referring to the time trial things. So it gives you hints on where some of them are at.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you.
Maybe a nanny.
I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these, works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy.
Wow.
Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else? Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Are you buying or selling? Come again.
Well, did you have anything worth getting?
There is a... fast travel.
Run like the wind.
That little trill chirp. Like a little trilling or warbling chirp.
Nice peel, Joshua. There it is. For House Rosfield.
That thing didn't want to die.
Two heartstone.
That's kind of crazy.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Golitha will know.
Interesting that it had two, though.
Oh, yes, father knew how to pick them.
Yeah, right?
Why kill two Elder Griffins when I can get two stones from one?
Yeah. Hi. What's up?
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain now.
And a Heartstone claimed.
Hello, Puma. Excuse me.
Yes, this radiant luster light froze.
I thought I clicked it.
Oops. We've been paused. Oh no.
Should get this report to Cyril.
Pause, I guess. Okay, so have a face full of Nigel. We just realized I swear I clicked unpause, but apparently I didn't. So you're gonna be like, what the hell? So I don't know how long we've been paused for. So quick recap, babe.
What?
From start to now.
Okay. So we,
You're better at keeping things precise, so.
Yeah, I don't
Or
order
concise.
things.
We got mid stuff.
Yeah, we collected mid stuff, then we, let's see, which was the oils, and then it was killing the turtle.
Yeah, we killed the turtle, and then we went to look for Dory's
Yep, that's right.
friend / brother.
Yep.
Saved a little girl, beat a behemoth, which that may have been on the recording. I don't know.
Right.
Then it brought us back to, so we turned in everything to mid, and she gave us her little model. Then
And she just said she's going to bury the mithril engines, which she's done,
Yeah.
and create a treasure hunt.
Then we went and saw Cyril, right? Right after
Yeah.
that? Okay, so basically we found out that Daddy left us an inheritance, and we had to go kill a griffin to get the inheritance. And then we talked to Cyril again. We had to go find one of his people, because he was kind of throwing our words back in our face, which is fine. It means he understood the assignment. And then, so we just found him, and he was like, oh, I want to give these people their wish to become a Kashik, which is insane, but whatever. And basically, he just died saving them so that they could become a Kashik. And then they walked out the door. So I don't know. I thought we would have had to kill him, but maybe not.
Well, of course, the thing that will make everyone riot is the part that they missed was Elwyn made a corner of the camera kind of appearance, like this quick little flash over the shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't get to see his face, but you see him posing with a sword right by his grave.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
And then we got Daddy's helmet to add to our
Our shells
collection.
will be full after this.
Now on to the next one. Oops! Sorry.
Wop.
Wah wah.
Wop. We are professional. Each screw everything up. We actually have 2 quests in this area. Ooh, hello. Are you a hunt?
I redeemed it myself, but...
Ooh, Behemoth King. We're gonna die.
Another of the Royalist guard dogs.
Sorry.
You have the worst.
I know.
Well, if you know, stop doing it.
Forgive me.
Was that Joshua or Clive?
I don't know. Both.
Sounded like an old man.
It's us or them.
For the lurk. I appreciate it. I guess there's a reason he's king. Did you finish your gelati?
No.
Okay. Just put it back in the freezer? Oh. I thought you had grabbed
Much
it.
for you, eh, Torgal?
What do you say?
No match for you, eh, Torgal? One more piece of orichalcum. One more piece of orichalcum.
Yep. By the way, did you remove your mark on the map?
I did.
Okay.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Check your map, maybe?
It's an area. It's an area. I'm also looking for treasure chests. Must find loot. Wow. So if the person giving them the tattoo fucks up, oh, it's their fault. The tattoo they wanted wasn't liked by the heavens, so they just got killed. Yeah.
Lots of stuff was fucked up in this game, so...
His interests were certainly varied.
The Moogle. Spirit is probably pretty more often.
Usually the case.
But there is that whole other people can't see them kind of thing that Moogles have. Which is actually technically the same in Final Fantasy 14.
Right. That's why I figured that last.
Because like only the Padgels and people at the Echo.
There it is.
Photosynthesis.
Well, Peace Fit, I guess, maybe. So, is it somewhat the bearer's fault? Did they get too greedy in their power?
Right to the point where they create a religion.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks the way they're treated, but...
Well, at the same time, is it overcompensation?
Maybe.
I mean, how they're treated is definitely wrong.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Basically because of what we did to Benedicta and her group.
I wonder if someone's gonna come confront you. Because I thought it said get it back to the hideaway quickly.
Leaving so soon, stranger?
Yep, knew it.
We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle.
Executors.
I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book.
No.
Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make.
But
by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Good luck.
Knew it.
They just suddenly appear around.
Let's see, shall we?
I knew we weren't gonna just leave. Should have teleported right away. Would have been interesting. Probably would have been loud. Nice. It's like I knew. I keep saying it, but
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
I want all your other books.
Wait!
Go on.
Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about. Ready, go?
But yeah, based on that anyway, it kind of looks like the bearers are somewhat at fault. And it kind of makes a little sense why the giftless, as they call it, as he called it anyway.
Well, it never got to it doesn't look like it ever really got to the point where the quote-unquote giftless were
bless you
oppressed by the bearers.
Yeah.
Because the bearers were only part of governments. They weren't the governments themselves.
Right.
They just created their own religion.
Yeah.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
So again, I think it was a massive overcompensation.
Basically a couple of places to look. Writ of incorporation. Wow. Not surprised.
So they didn't even
disposed of.
Taken over to the prison and fed to the...
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
Ah, so there it is.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
But you could probably go look in the other building now, and then... Darn! Ah!
It probably would have been locked or something.
I don't know. It may have allowed you in. I don't know.
They
I don't know. Because it had the... It may have said... Yeah, hey, oh, you gotta...
save often, that's for sure.
Let's maybe check the 50?
Yes, this is the finish thing.
Ready, go?
So it's like technically a little too far, but that's okay. It's only a little.
All this for what's probably going to be a locked door, but we'll see.
Quiet. All right.
I'd like to walk through the forest.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. It's locked. I should look around some more before I start breaking down doors.
But why would it say use key? That was weird.
I might find the key someplace else. Anyway.
Yeah.
Really? There we go. Was not wanting to loop around.
It was weird though. Use key? Sure. Apparently not.
Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see.
How are you digging?
This must be the registry.
Emaciation. Huh.
So many names.
Oh, it's you.
This place was a slaughterhouse.
Thought it was maybe Victor.
But where is the architect of all this misery?
Oh. Right there.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Came down too soon. It should be more realistic if the headstones are getting blown up. Whoa. Hey, no. It's just a key item.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Yeah, I think that's it. There.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
I'm nervous. Is it alright to be nervous?
I don't care either way, so long as you do as I tell you. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered.
Absolutely.
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Boop. Have I passed?
No. You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You will need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way.
Well, my method is a
Alright,
little
Ember.
different.
Yeah.
Impress me.
I just kill everyone in the way.
Yeah, right?
No sneaky.
Yeah, that's why. Because there's a chocobo or something in the... yeah.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Poor guy. Hey, there's treasure. The pot Avis. Interesting. So does that mean it's a young one? You had something on me. So give me that shit. Beat you up. Yes, I'm positive it's cat. Although to be fair, I threatened to beat everyone else.
Nice try.
Not fast enough? Is that what you're Good job.
As they're screaming.
Ember, are you?
Poor Izzy.
Is that Ezra?
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Should I go up and comfort him? Poor baby.
Quite a few nights.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna mute the mic a second.
And what can I do for you?
I'll be right back.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
He'd have our coin, our stock and our sport.
Well, while she's gone, I'm going to take the opportunity to check out our hunt board. Okay. Gotta get a giraffe for the baby. Completed all the hunts before they got here.
Diapers are gonna be somewhat soaked, but he definitely was more awake. Because sometimes when I comfort him, he's still asleep but settling down.
Alright.
He'd have our coin, our stock and our sport.
So what did I miss? Moving. Okay. Alright. Was comforting the
I
baby.
didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job?
Here's your book.
I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Hey? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
It's like even Gav needs help sometimes.
Yeah, but God wouldn't have abandoned you.
Yeah.
Unless he can come up with a good quip about, you told me to run, you didn't say where.
Yeah.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the market.
I would speak with this Duke about the demands he's made of me and my fellow traders.
Saw the captain just now.
Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
Ooh, excuse me, sorry.
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
There we go.
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. by all possible means.
I
Fight
am
him.
Lord Rossville.
No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you
It's
of
like, I
Philippe's plans
understand
for the
that
town
one.
watch. But perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
By the way, did you see the toothbrushes about the voice?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why I suddenly thought about that.
It would have been cool if Josh would have had a few lines there. For the Dane could direct towards him, like,
So the
"Aren't
captain
you a
just
lovely
now?"
young thing?"
Yeah.
What does the dame have to say about this? So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dane to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Yep. Pacifiers, giraffe, and a blankie. He just twitched, but... It seems to be slowing down.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town. It's over.
like I'm watching a tennis match. Every once in a while, you hear this. With the way it's timed, it's like the return hit.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you alright?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Alright, fair. It's not like he's a bearer or a dominant.
Yeah. Blue murder, though, that's funny.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as great Riga wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griga.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs, quickly, come on!
But she is but a common
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Because she actually cares about people.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured, the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
Yep.
All right. But take care.
Of course.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
I would actually love to see a quest like where you can just go all out and kill hundreds. Like, just get your ignition going, gather everything up.
Mike Urza.
Captain said to bring our wounded here.
And we'll be ready.
It almost looks like somebody's there.
There are so many of them.
Not for long.
No, maybe it's just the fence. The way the fence was made it look like there was a body over by the possible potion or whatever.
Is it over? No. It's only just begun.
Uh-oh. It's an Undertaker.
It's over.
sorry if that was a little loud.
Almost 100K.
Nice.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Trying to keep it away from the mic.
Doesn't matter when it's that loud.
Yeah. Shut up.
Clive, it's good to see you. And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls at the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire.
But they're already
That
united.
without a strong hand to guide them,
Banner
they
of
would
home,
drift apart.
loved ones. Is...
To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again, as did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that, and I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, Your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, my lady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, Since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
I love how he's never actually fully acknowledged.
Can we get you anything?
Well, to be fair, in some circles, if they acknowledge me, they have to arrest me. Outlaw. Not that there's much law left to be an outlaw of.
Just a little further.
This the last one?
Well, the guy and his lover are missing.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the crystalline dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the veil that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same.
There they are further on.
That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
I wonder if Sid had a hand in the veil.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Of course.
Always.
When I'm not fighting gods.
So Clive reminds her of her beloved. And that's why he's allowed to call her Isabel.
Oh, there's the last word talk. And another cyborg.
Alright, let's go see what the lovers are saying. Now that we know where they are.
This the last one?
We did it! Kiss me.
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
Man, we're gonna have to call it soon, and we're not even done with the side quests.
Right. We did get a late start.
Did you want to check or the store or no?
What brings you to the caravans today? When we fled our childhood home,
We left behind not only our family fortune, but the names our parents gave us. I became Eloise, my brother Theodore. We had nothing to our new names but a hatred of the system that would have seen my brother enslaved. But that hatred also gave us a purpose. We swore to not only save Theodore, but others like him. In order to make good on this ambition, we would need two things: money and trust. We found work and saved the money we needed to begin buying bearers for freedom. We told them their lives were their own, that they could stay with us, and we would feed them and house them and pay them for their labor. Or they could leave, and we would grant them safe passage to wherever they wished to go. That way, we engendered trust. Once earned, that trust proved nigh unshakable, so much so that most chose to stay with us. But it was always Theo who trusted the most. They loved him.
I loved him.
And I shall continue his work, our work.
Did I tell you?
That I found a map of Kajlok among Theo's things? He had written some words in the boundary. A new dream for when the nightmare ends.
That was what he wanted.
An end to the torment that bears the realm over had long been forced to endure. A new beginning. Theo lost his life in pursuit of that dream. It falls to those of us who remain to see that it lives on.
No matter how hard it might be.
Or how long it might take, I will make his dream a reality.
The Dominion has fallen.
The bulk-clad streets now echo with cries of those fleeing its destruction, and the bitter objections of those forced to take them in.
Ironic.
And things seem likely only to get worse. Aether floods continue to swallow great swaths of the Republic, and it grows harder every day to disagree with those who say the end is nigh. But what is the end of the world as we know it, if not an opportunity to create a new one? Our work is only just beginning.
The Crimson Caravans must set an example.
We must use the skill, strength, and knowledge Theo and I earned over all those years. See that all who come here continue to be fed and watered. If there is nowhere left to run, we must ensure that the place in which we find ourselves is a place of refuge for us.
It is our job to keep the hope alive.
If we don't, who else will?
Farewell.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. You've a discerning eye.
Who needs a porter when there's nowhere left to go?
Yeah. Well, the reason I said it's ironic is how, you know, everybody from here was trying to flee to there.
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please, just make it stop.
And now everybody from over there is fleeing
Nothing
here.
good's gonna come of this, I'm telling you. Just looking at it's enough to send a shiver down the spine.
Might be partly why everybody's fleeing.
Run like the wind.
Right. Well, we had destroyed the Dominion when it...
Yeah. That is one dirty chocobo. The one Josh was right. I do kind of wish you could interact with Ambrosia a little more.
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis, or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy, one who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered, but I'm no diplomat either.
Yeah, right?
And I have other problems to attend
Martha?
to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw
Quentin?
too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well.
Pause.
Send your...
Okay, so basically your thoughts are Isabel and mine are either Martha or Quentin.
Quentin would be a good one.
Because he's good for business, too, considering what he did with Lost Wing.
But I don't know how well he talks to those in authority. I kind of have a feeling he's just done with them.
Unless we're gonna recruit the Duke now. No. Because that was side quest shit. So, well, technically this is too, but at the same time. But yeah, I'm thinking either Martha or Quentin.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, because I wanted to pause just in case he mentions who he's thinking of right after.
Yeah. There's several other choices there could be. But we'll see.
Man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Well, Isabel wouldn't leave. Dion's got to go with us.
Otto wouldn't leave the hideaway.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if... I don't think it would be a mainstay member unless it's just for a short time.
Yeah. I still kind of feel like maybe Quentin. I don't know, honestly.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Good call.
Haha! Because I had a feeling he would mention who after. That's why I wanted to put in my guess beforehand. Otherwise, I don't know who else. Whew. It is bad there. Looks like it's slowly encroaching on the vineyards.
Just a little areas.
Yep.
Up on the high side.
Yeah. There was a little path to the side.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose.
Get on one knee. No. Were you thinking the same joke?
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Say that.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Alright, so we got several hideaway things.
Yeah, but we still have...
Oh yeah, we got a lot of other stuff still.
Only 2 left, I guess. Yeah.
That's what not
Yeah.
This is a report to Cyril.
Yeah.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Has a decent amount of experience.
Another orichalcum. What am I gonna do with it all?
At least it's in the same map area.
Yes. Time to see what happens to Lubor now that we know he's a bearer.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For sharing Lubor's order.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Of course. Children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Start zapping at him. The asshole way.
Lightning bolt. Bzz, bzz.
You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate. Know your place, bearer. How long do
Why do they always have to make such a...
What's the commotion?
That's...
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
Let him die.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
Listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate. Know your place, bearer.
And there's new stuff in the stall.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Pardon me, I know there's an emergency, but I want a
Anything I can
shot.
interest you in? Fare you well.
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor, I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
Attacking him. I hope he's not dead.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't tire. And they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
I knew it.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go on!
Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on then.
Go on!
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him! Ah! Ah! Oh. Oh. Ah. What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you, ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Aww.
Fine.
I think that was a sniffle. I don't know.
Gather round if you don't want to die.
And that's the thing, is in the face of prejudice, sometimes you forget everything
Allow me
that's
to
been done
explain
for
the
you.
situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most honest place of all?
The den! No.
I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Charatina itself.
Knew that was coming.
The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
I'm glad they at least listen to the kids, because that doesn't always happen. The kids could have gone on there.
I'd better not keep them waiting.
On their rant, and everybody would have been like, fuck off. Oh look, it's right next to... a travel point.
Bye-bye.
What do you mean, bye-bye?
Bye-bye to the town. I traveled.
There it is. The flood. What's waiting for us inside?
Akashic. Duh.
Can't leave a single one alive.
It's over! Farewell!
I kind of want a bowl of cereal, but...
It's over!
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
Travel by cutscene, please.
I didn't know that the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was disbanded. What?
you actually seen that movie?
No. But I know you talk about it all the time. Well, not all the time, but... Hi, Waffles!
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
How are you, dear?
Most of them here, perhaps.
Yeah?
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina? It's done. Root and branch. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated.
What happened?
We need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do.
It's been there.
But
You've
that
had
is not a
opportunity.
stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start.
Fair.
Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
Another one.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
Thank you for the
We
follow.
agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil.
And thank you for the
as
lurk.
you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
Your hat's already pretty special. No one else has one.
Yeah, not bad.
How fickle fate can be.
Yeah,
Not
right?
so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader.
The Akashic was a good thing for once.
For everything. Lubor.
Well, technically it's
About
the
the
same thing
children.
in Northreach.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than...
What was that?
I mean, technically it's the same way in Northreach.
Yeah. By the way, while I was waiting on my food, someone came up and asked if the mac and cheese was like homemade mac and cheese, or she goes, or is it like the Stouffer stuff? And they let her have a sample of it, and she got the brisket on top of the mac and cheese.
See them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalamel.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Yeah, how the tables turn. We did God.
But I want to be an outlaw.
Yeah, right? All the signboards. Impulse cooldown by 2 seconds. And they opened up my mind. Interesting.
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor. He'll make a wonderful mayor. You mark my words.
I hate
served
that
the
shit.
town well enough. And he is a bearer, born to serve. Long may it last.
I hate that shit so much.
I keep thinking back to when we tried to drive Lubor from the town.
Of course we failed. Bearer though we may be, we were fools to
Gilbert
doubt
the Beast
him.
never found their way into our cellars.
A bit of much needed peace. Not that it will last.
Go to the hideout and start turning everything in.
Yeah. At least the people who were saying we failed to drive them away aren't saying, you know, oh, I knew to.
I shall devote my every effort to creating a haven for man and bearer both. Just like a certain someone else I know. Someone to whom I owe a debt of gratitude.
From bearer boy to mayor of Dalamil, how far Lubor has come, and how richly he deserves it.
Well, I certainly didn't expect it, but Dalamil seems more united than ever. I'll have to redouble my efforts to bring Costness under control. Can't have Lubor showing me up. Again.
Okay. Yeah, that was. But I hate that so much. The thing. It's like. They hated the dude, and then, oh, I knew he wasn't bad. Fuck you. I hate that so much.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
You could say that.
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you
Outlaw that is
approve.
very big on justice.
The more the merrier. Eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
It's good to know that, in that sense, she at least cares about her servants. You know?
Oh. Teleport.
Why, hello. Okay.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
There's the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man!
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal!
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw!
Once more onto the breach.
It's always a good time at Uncle Byron's place.
Not so subtle cough.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
All these side quests, you might actually have everything left for the wall.
Thank you, Uncle.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
Oh, probably the crystal, the origin.
There's something about it.
You should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yeah, no more funny
Welcome
stuff.
back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. And from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
It's like, technically, for the one hiccup, he did complete the task. But... I guess it would be nice to have another scout.
No, that's the whole point, is give Gav some relief.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess do it for Gav.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
That's what they call a nose, a conch.
Daft as a brush there, Mum. His heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to
So we
work.
made the right choice.
It may not have mattered.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Yeah.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
So, which, I didn't get there until I messaged you thank you, so after like 7 something. So, as long as it was still sunset, I could still do the quest. Thank goodness. And, like, Merlin's like, what the hell? And Mother Gothel was like, you invited me. And he's like, no, I didn't. Yeah, there it is. Ooh. And, she's like, I'm charming. And he's like, the only thing your charm is good for is villainy or something like that. She's like, oh, so you think I'm charming? Basically, it was a little bit of a disaster. And now the next part of that quest, which I haven't done yet, is I need to try and set up something for Mickey and Minnie.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
It's like I wish we could update tomes.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I fear the executors had seized every copy.
Yes.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
So, hey, Toms, guess what? We found it! But obviously that ain't gonna happen. A scholar's bonnet, huh? We really are gonna make it cool. Another one? We just talked to her, and I think there's now another at the Moogle.
No, it's probably because I died.
Oh. Did I ever tell you about the time I journeyed through Southern Ash?
Through Orcish lands.
Well, technically they're Deadlands now, but the orcs don't seem to mind. They've found a way to survive without mother crystals, just like we have. though it involves a good deal more cannibalism than here at the Hideaway. At least I think it does. You don't happen to know what Molly puts in her brown, do you? I was trying to read it as fast as possible because you try to read it at a normal pace.
But yes, there is a
yeah.
one also.
That's funny. Well, we can at least accept it tonight.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may, a bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body, nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces. Like it was
But you
yesterday.
couldn't remember their names?
Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Barbach and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. And in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Do you have everything turned in?
Oh, you got enough renown.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Unsigned.
The last orchestrion.
You earned this.
Careful whisper. Oh, and that's the last of the renown, huh?
Yep. So it's interesting that the last two kind of hint at the idea of like the wider world and the game continuing on, or like future installments.
Well, I know some were saying that he's definitely saying there's not going to be a DLC. So, but maybe a 16.2, 16.2.
Well, some of the games different games take place in the same world. So now the world is kind of starting to be fleshed out. They could always start
with a new character.
17 or 18 could go back to this world. No, probably not Valistia, but like the new continent or main continent
or Castrian or Gap.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Etta's baby will be coming soon and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Etta's due any day now. I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of Silver Chocobo. There's not lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with travelling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Alright, Orchestrion, Clives, and then we can call it. Yeah, we have everything. Oh.
Down in the treasure coffer. Number 7.
The 1,000 tones. Oh, I think those are the...
No, those are just the ones you can buy. It's not the full list.
Is it sands and stone, maybe? Another quest!
Look at it tomorrow. Holy crap.
A find hound. Find hound. Probably feels like a lifetime now.
I do pat his bed and rub his head.
Yes.
And toss him treats.
You didn't think I was just seeing that stuff behind my engine? Already found a fine spot. Yeah, no paramnesis on this one.
Okay, so they just made it to where you can read it anytime.
Mm-hmm. We'd be boyfriends indeed.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
But we're not both? Yeah. No. Yep. Yeah. Cross-X! Thank you for the raid! How was your stream? Were you having any trouble? I know. Here, let me, there. I turned off the screen for a moment. Let me pause the recording. But thank you again so much. Oh. So 2 questions.
It's usually
from the
me
letters.
making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
A tale to tell. But tale in terms of Animal tail. Wow.
Filling up?
Yeah. We're missing
4.
Yeah. So we're missing 4. I wonder.
Oh, we have 3 quests right now.
Yeah. Okay. Huh? Up to you, my love. It's 2 o'clock, and you said you gotta work late tomorrow. So.
I better call it the night.
While I admit I had my doubts at first, your man Quinton seems a reasonable sort. That and every moment he's talking instead of Havel, the better chance we'll have of setting things straight. You can trust in us, Clive, just as we trust in you.
Oh, go back to the orchestrions. I'm sorry.
It's him, I tell you. The Crown Prince.
I'm thinking it's sands and stone, but.
I have sand and stone.
Ah, okay. So that's a typo. Okay, so.
Word. Self many seas.
Do we have Histoire?
Yeah.
Okay. Indomitable? Okay.
I have everything on this.
Weird. Because it says a treasure chest.
Yep.
But this was.
It's not a comprehensive list, though, by any means.
So how many are there?
Total?
Yeah.
That's in order.
Good bones. Good bones. Okay, so forevermore, yeah. Martha's Rest.
Huh. Go now.
Yeah, that's up to you, babe. The completionist in him.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs.
Where?
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Nope. Right there. Oh, no. All the courtesans wear the same clothes.
Can I help you with summit?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Nice. Yay! We have all the equestrians.
Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some guide hovel not far from Eastwood. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
I think the first one was in front. Or no, he was the first one, wasn't he? Okay, never mind.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
I just wouldn't want to kill it. I hope we can just get a feather and not actually kill it.
Tell Sir Wade to go get me one.
Huh?
Tell Sir Wade to go get me one.
Yeah. Maybe Ambrosia can help.
Ready to go?
We're already pretty close, right?
Yeah.
I should see the color difference between the two.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change.
There is something coming at you, but that was Joshua. Back that way, I guess.
All right. More tracks. And these look fresh. The chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is.
It's like use ambrosia to calm it down.
I don't hear anything.
Yay! Yeah,
I'll be damned.
Looks similar. I hope I'm not cheering too soon. Ambrosia is helping! Ah! That's great. They do look the same. So why not have a feather from Ambrosia?
I'm not going to hurt you.
Or maybe not. Are those
Just
two?
borrowing a feather for my friend.
Ah, okay. They look just like Ambrosia, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Why couldn't I just go?
Let's get this back together before they change their minds.
So I did sort of cheer too soon, but at the same time, we didn't have to kill it. Yay! Now they look just like Ambrosia, so I didn't know. Yeah, it's like, why wouldn't... But even Clive didn't bring it up, so I don't know.
It was no trouble at all. Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
According to Gab, at least.
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis? But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet. There we go.
As he's like suddenly dirtier, I feel like.
What do you think? I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living. Now will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it one best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
New question. See what it sounds like. It's not a bad one. Yay!
Okay. I at least was like.
Yes. Alright, rest mode.
ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So next time we play, I'll probably be finish up a few side quests and beat the game.
Yeah. Well, although, do you want to stream today or because
that's what I said, just next time. I don't know.
Okay. So it might not be tomorrow.
In fact, it'll probably be Friday night.
Yeah, especially because you gotta work late tomorrow.
Yep.
So, or today.
I'm gonna pause the. Or I guess instead of giving people seizures.
But it was a rave. We're turning it into a rave instead of a raid.
You gotta get the music on.
There you go. I'm trying to take you out.
Yes.
Mwah.
I gotta get to sleep.
Take your garbage, please, and thank you. Alright. I'm still gonna stream, but I'm gonna stop the recording. So, YouTube, see you on the next video. Bye.